The aim for the practical is to perform isolation and detection of caffeine from tea powder. So the requirements for the practical are: we require a beaker, separating funnel, simple funnel, and a glass rod. And the chemical requirements are lead acetate, dilute sulfuric acid, chloroform, and distilled water is also required. And the drug we are using is tea powder. So from tea powder we will isolate caffeine. So what is caffeine? Now we will see the procedure for the isolation of caffeine. So first we have to weigh the tea leaves and transfer those to the distilled water, and we have to boil that for near about 30 minutes. Okay, so the leaves are taken and into a beaker, distilled water is added to the same, and it is kept over the tripod stand, okay, which is containing a wire gauze over it and a burner below it, and it is allowed to boil for 30 minutes. Then it is filtered, okay, and after filtration, to the filtrate, lead acetate is added, okay, and a white precipitate is obtained, okay. So that white precipitate indicates the tannins in that, okay, and again it is filtered. Then after filtration, to the filtrate, sulfuric acid is added, and again a white precipitate is obtained. While this process takes place, it is that it removes the excess of lead acetate from the solution, okay, and after that again it is filtered, okay. Then after filtration, to the particular liquid or to the particular filtrate, charcoal is added, okay, while heating over a burner. Then after adding charcoal, so that it removes the coloring matter, charcoal absorbs the coloring matter which are present in the extract, and it is again filtered. After filtration, that filtrate is taken into a separating funnel when it is cooled, okay. Then after that, to that separating funnel, 3 portions of chloroform is added, that is 20, 20 and 20 ml of chloroform is added thrice, and it is mixed properly, and it is allowed to separate the layer, that is aqueous layer and the chloroform layer, okay. Then the chloroform layer which is separated, it is collected, okay. Then 3 of the chloroform layers get separated as we are using chloroform in the 3 portions, okay. So 3 layers are combined together and it is allowed to evaporate. So evaporate to precipitate white crystals, okay. It is evaporated till the white crystals are obtained, and it is again recrystallized with alcohol, and at the end pure crystals of caffeine are collected.
Now we will perform the practical extraction of caffeine from tea leaves. For that, the requirements are tea powder, chloroform, activated charcoal, lead acetate, distilled water, empty beaker, funnel, separating funnel, filter paper, okay, glass rod and spatula. Okay, so we have taken the tea powder 10 gram, okay, we have weighed, and we'll add water to it. Near about 150 ml of water is to be added, and we will keep this solution to the boiling. For near about half an hour, and we'll stir occasionally. When it comes to boiling, okay, after half an hour we will remove this and we'll filter. Now we will wait for half an hour. Okay, now you can see the liquid is boiling, okay, and this is the time you have to filter this solution, okay, and stir so that it will not bump out. Okay, now we will stop boiling and we'll remove the beaker from the tripod stand. Now we will filter this, okay. So you can filter this solution by using the sieve or by using muslin cloth first. And then now after the sieve filtration, we will filter this solution by using filter paper, okay, so that a clear liquid will be obtained. Okay, so the filtration has been completed. Okay. For filtration, number of filter papers are required. Okay. Now to the solution, as you can see, this is a clear solution. Okay, there is no turbidity in the solution. This kind of solution is required. To this solution, we will add lead acetate solution till the white precipitate is obtained. very less quantity of lead acetate solution is required. Now you can see this solution has become turbid and which is containing a white precipitate, okay. And now we will filter this solution again. Okay, after filtration, this clear liquid is obtained. Okay, so the tannins has been precipitated out in white color. And now to remove the excess of lead acetate, we will add dilute H2SO4. Again, a white precipitate will be obtained. Okay, very little amount of H2SO4 is to be added. Okay, so you can see the white precipitate is seen. Okay, a white precipitate is obtained. So that excess of lead acetate which we have added is removed by adding H2SO4, and we will filter this solution again. So I have placed here 2 filter assembly. As it requires time. After adding H2SO4 and after filtration, this type of liquid is obtained. Okay. Now we will transfer this in the separating funnel. Okay. Check that the knob of the separating funnel is closed. And in 3 portions, we will add chloroform.
Okay.
10 ml of chloroform we will add in 3 portions to the separating funnel. First 10 ml. And we'll shake it properly. And we'll allow it to settle. And we have to collect the chloroform layer. Now you can see the layers are separated. Okay, this is the aqueous layer and this is the organic layer, and you have to collect the organic layer, okay, which is the chloroform layer. Now we will collect this in a petri dish, okay, which is pre-weighed. And we'll allow this to evaporate. Again we will add 10 ml of chloroform to the solution, okay. And again we will mix this properly and we'll collect the chloroform layer. So the same procedure with 10 ml is repeated, and we will allow this so that the chloroform layer will settle down, and again we will collect this chloroform layer in a petri dish. Okay, the layers are separated, and now we will collect this. So this is the chloroform layer, okay, which we have collected, and now we will allow this to evaporate at room temperature, and after evaporation the caffeine crystals will be obtained. So this is the caffeine crystals, okay, which are collected after evaporation. White color caffeine crystals are obtained. Okay, so now we will see the calculations. Okay, so for calculation, first weight of empty petri plate is taken, okay, that is 29.57, and I have labeled this as W1. Second is weight of petri plate with sample, okay, whichever the evaporated sample is there, that sample, W2 is equal to 29.83 gram, and the weight of the sample by subtracting W1 from W2, that is W2 minus W1, and the value is 0.26 gram of caffeine was isolated. Now we will see the percentage yield of the caffeine. So 10 gram of tea powder was taken. From that 0.26 gram of caffeine was collected. For 100 gram of tea powder, x gram of caffeine. So for x gram the cross multiplication is done, and from for 100 gram near about 2.6% of caffeine. Now today we will see how to prepare a TLC plate, okay, for thin layer chromatography. So the requirement for the same are, we will require an empty beaker, okay, then beaker containing distilled water, then silica gel G which is used for thin layer chromatography, okay, it is with the binder as it is specified over the container, okay. For column chromatography the silica gel is completely different, and for thin layer chromatography the gel is different, so this is required. Then we will require some glass slides, that is TLC plate, a spatula, glass rod and a tissue paper, okay. So firstly we have to clean and dry the glass slides, which I have already done, okay. Then we will place the slide over the tissue paper, and now we will see how to make a slurry. For slurry we will take silica in a beaker. As per requirement the silica is to be taken. There is no proper measurement for the same. Only the water required is in the double quantity of that your silica gel, okay. So we have taken the silica, and now we will pour some water in it slowly, and will mix with the help of glass rod, okay. So the slurry is prepared, okay, but it is little bit of thick, so we will pour 1 to 2 drops of water in it again, and the consistency of the silica gel should be pourable, okay. So it will flow over the plate very easily and will get adhere with the plate. So now you can see the slurry is made, which is of pourable consistency. To check, you can hold a drop at the side of the beaker and see if it has a flowing consistency. So it is having a flowing consistency, okay. Okay, now by pouring technique we will pour this silica over the plate, okay. So for this, slightly pour your silica gel over the plate and spread over the plate, okay. And place over the platform to get set that plate at the room temperature. The silica gel over the plate should be sprayed very evenly, okay. And now we will wait for some time so that the plate will get dry at the room temperature, and then we will allow this plate to get activate in the oven. So for that we have to set oven at 110 degrees Celsius, and as the temperature gets set, then at that time we will put this plate into the oven and will activate those plate for 30 minutes at 110 degrees Celsius. So now you can see the oven has set to 110 degrees Celsius, okay. So now we will insert the plates in the oven, okay. Okay, so now we will insert these plates in the oven. And we'll leave for half an hour so that the plates will get activated properly. Now we will see the requirement for thin layer chromatography, which we have to perform. Okay, so the requirements are, first of all we need a TLC plate which we have prepared previously, okay, and which was activated in oven at 110 degrees Celsius, okay. Then the solvent system which is required for mobile phase, that is ethyl acetate, methanol and acetic acid is there, okay, and the glassware system of 10 ml, and we will allow that solvent system to saturate for near about 15 minutes, and at that time we will prepare the capillary and will spot over the TLC plate, okay. Now we will prepare the solvent system. So the solvent system for caffeine is ethyl acetate, methanol and acetic acid. So in the proportion 80, 10 and 10. So this the proportion is for 100 ml, and here we require the proportion for 10 ml. So we will calculate, and the proportion will be 8:1:1. So 8 ml of ethyl acetate is required, 1 ml of ethanol and 1 ml of glacial acetic acid. Okay. So firstly we will take 8 ml ethyl acetate. Clean and dry pipette is to be taken, and a rubber ball. Now, the reason behind using different pipettes is to avoid the contamination of the chemicals, okay, and 1 ml of acid.
mix this mobile phase very properly, and for that purpose only we are using volumetric flask, okay, stoppered volumetric flask. Okay, now the mobile phase has been mixed, and we will disperse this mobile phase in a TLC chamber. And once the mobile phase is poured in the TLC chamber, immediately close the TLC chamber. And now the chamber will not be moved from one place, okay, as the chamber saturation is near about for 15 minutes. At that time the vapor of the solution will get over the surface, okay, into the beaker, and then we will place our plate into that. Okay, now we will prepare capillary, okay, for that burner is required, and you have to hold this capillary over the burner and just pull it, okay. This type of tip is to be formed. Okay. Okay, now the capillary has been prepared. Now we will do spotting. So over this TLC plate, and from bottom near about 1 centimeter distance is to be kept, okay, and then you have to do the spotting. Okay, and we will put 2 spots, okay, and little bit away from each other. Now we will keep this plate for running, okay. 15 minutes are over of saturation. Care must be taken that the beaker should not be disturbed. Again cover it with foil and leave the beaker. The plate is running, okay, as you can see this, and up till 70% you have to run the plate, okay, and then after completing 70% we will remove the plate from the chamber, okay, and we will see the spots. Okay, now we will remove the plate, okay, carefully you have to remove. So you can see here, this is the solvent front, okay, and here we have done the spotting, and we will allow this plate to dry. Okay, the plate has been dry, okay, and the spots are not visible. So now for detection of the spot, we will place this plate into the chamber, that is iodine chamber, okay, and we'll leave for 5 minutes. So with the exposure to the iodine vapors, the spots will be visible. Okay, so now the plate has been removed, okay, from the iodine chamber, and this is the solvent front, okay. Here the sample was poured and the solvent has been drawn up till this. So this is the solvent front, and here the spots are visible. Okay, you can see here the spots are visible. So we will mark this, okay, to calculate the retention factor. Okay, now we will see the calculation about the retention factor. We'll see about the calculation. So retention factor is calculated distance traveled by the solute divided by distance traveled by solvent. Okay, here this diagram explains exactly what the distance is. Okay, so here the spotting was done over the plate, and up till this the plate was done. So this is your solvent front. So this is the distance from the spot till the solvent front is known as B. So this is distance traveled by solvent B, and A is distance traveled by the solute. So that the spot from here up till its capacity, it was done up till here. Okay, so this distance is A, and this distance is traveled by the solute, that is your sample, that is your caffeine. Okay, so the distance was measured and the RF value calculated was 2.5 divided by 5.5, and that was 0.45. So the final RF value, that is retention factor of caffeine, was found to be 0.45.